Greetings, Donald here, and you know the recruiting season is almost upon us. And this is a great time to look, because the fish are biting, market is percolating, you probably know this, and it's just the perfect time to look. So you're going to go and launch a job search. What's the very first thing you're going to do? You're going to go and update your resume, right? Wrong! That's not the first thing you should do. The first thing you should do is clarify your goal and make sure that the goal on your resume matches the goal that's in your head and it matches your marketability. And most people don't do this. They just kind of run in and do it blindly. I'll give you a really good example of somebody who's a CFO at a big Fortune 500 company. And he approached me, he wants to change jobs and be a CFO at some other company. I said, why? They said, well, they had a big merger, year and a half back, and his position was squeezed, and his bonus was slashed, and he feels screwed, and he's quite angry at the company, and he wants to move on. Perfectly logical scenario, good reason to make the move. And as I said, he hadn't updated his resume in probably 4 years, and he had some great material locked up in his head, barely showing on the resume that he had. It was really obscured under verbiage. I said, listen, this is great. I'll make you look irresistible on the resume. Hopefully we'll add tens of thousands of dollars to your next offer. Just is going to really work out well for you. Now that's scenario number one. That's the best scenario. I love that. But there's 3 other scenarios, and I'll tell you, I've done this almost 1,800 times for people. And if you're launching a search, I guarantee you're going to fit into one of the 4 scenarios. I hope you land in that good one, but I got 3 more I'm going to mention on this video. You're in one of the 4, and I'm sure you don't even know it. I'll describe 4 search scenarios. Scenario number 1 is the best. Scenario number 4 is the worst. I call that one the black hole of despair. Fell into that black hole myself about 25 years ago. More on that later. So here's the first scenario. An effective, well-defined goal. Here's what you want. F, function, for example, financial management. I, is industry. Could be healthcare, aviation. Title, could be CFO. Often the title and the function are the same. C, sample companies. This could be optional, but I insist on it. Having some concrete examples of companies will help you. Additionally, during the interview, you can research things that are important to you. For example, money, challenge, freedom, creativity, growth, and so on. Number 2, here is a delusional goal. These are very common. They're gibberish. Here's a really bad example of a delusional goal. She writes a page and a half about what she wants. Doesn't even consider what the employer might want. For example, she says, my well-deserved personal me time holidays are an area of priority on my resume. Here's another example of delusional goal. An executive recruiter will help me. People say that all the time, but it rarely works out. Number 3, this person's goals are confused, but she's happy and confident, and she knows she has a future somewhere. So I can help her. She has so many possible choices, but she does not know where to start. She'll figure it out, or she can hire me to help her figure it out. In this example, she says, I realize I have nothing to call home on my resume. I have so many experiences. I am swimming in a pool of skills that I can't even convey. As a result, I'm not getting any calls. Actually, her resume has a bunch of other problems she doesn't even see. But all that can be fixed. Now here's the worst case, the black hole of despair. First, you hate your job, but you've invested so much in it, education, years of your life, and so on, you feel you cannot quit. Worse, you have no idea what you'd rather do. This takes time to turn around. My advice, hang tough, don't quit, and get expert help to guide you out of the black hole. And count your blessings, especially if you have cash flow. About 25 years ago, I fell into this black hole myself. I was heavily invested in engineering and sales management. I campaigned hard for my dream job, and I got it. But after a year, I hated my dream job. I hated the work, especially contracts. It took me about 18 months to figure out what I wanted to do. Then took me another 2 years to graduate from journalism school at Columbia, and I launched myself into commercial writing, which I really do enjoy. I'm doing it right now. Back then, we had no internet, of course, so I had to figure out everything for myself. I wish I had somebody like me to coach me out of my black hole 25 years ago. And by the way, that's how I landed here, talking to you and doing videos like this, showing people how to escape their black holes without going through the trial and error and all the mistakes that I made. If the black hole sounds like your situation, I understand what you're going through. I understand you completely. Contact me ASAP and I'll pull you out of that rut. Meanwhile, I'm out of time. Gotta go. As always, I wish you the very best of good luck in your search.